people say to me when it comes to money and finances, where do we start? What do we do? How do we start to get ahead? Who do we trust? Who do we go to? I mean, there's people out there that we see it every day on the news and etc. like that. People are getting ripped off, things are going wrong, but people live in fear and fear about, you know, how do I go forward? How do I trust somebody? And how do I know I'm getting the right advice? Well, look, one of the first things that you really need to do if you really want to move forward and get yourself ahead financially and look after your family, your kids, and set your future up, the fact is the first person that needs to do it and look at it is yourself. Nobody can do this for you. You need to be the person that takes that first step. And one of the first steps that I advise people to do is to fill in this form, which is a free personal wealth review. It just gives us a basic snapshot of where you're at, what you're doing, and where you're heading financially, and have a look at that. Number two, we also help you out with what I call a cash flow calculator. I'll explain this in another video, but we have a look at your full cash flow analysis. So your income that's coming in, your expenditure and money that's going out, where can you make money, where can you save money, how can you actually use money to invest, what are your options going forward. We look at that. One of the third things that I do is I've got a wealth creation system. Now, you may quickly have a look at this, but what you'll see is there's 3 buckets. Now, inside these 3 buckets, number one, the first thing you should be doing is paying some money into what we call a cash cushion account. That's just a safety buffer that goes in over here. It sits there, so if you're out of work, if something happens, if something goes wrong, the sky caves in or the world blows up, you've got some cash cushion sitting there. I call it a cash cushion. So it's just a little security buffer that sits beside you. That's one of the first things you should shoot to do. Number two, you should be living according to a budgeted lifestyle. Okay, so you really need to determine how much do you save on a weekly basis comes first. Number two, how much do you put into a budgeted lifestyle and you stick and live to that lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying here be stingy and don't enjoy life. Okay, let's be real. You've still got to work, go out, live life, enjoy life, and have a bit of fun too, right? But do it within that budgeted lifestyle. And the third bucket that we see over here, this is your investment bucket. So as your first bucket grows and builds, you start to move money over into here. And this is the simple, basic principle that most people do when it comes to creating wealth. Because the fact is, you're out there working, you're doing it hard, you're putting in the time, you're putting in the effort, you're sacrificing a lot in life, you're probably missing out on seeing your kids grow up, you're missing out on your own things that you want to do on weekends if you're doing overtime, all this sort of jazz. As I said in an earlier video, 70, 80, 90 hours a week for most people. Slaving in what we call the old rat race. So if you want to get yourself out, put something in place, take that first step. By all means, if you want to do that first step with us, it's absolutely free, there's no commitment to it. Text your name and your email address to 0439 541 704 and fill in the personal wealth report questionnaire form. It's online, you just do it digitally. It gets emailed directly back to us. We'll give you a call and we'll do a free personal wealth review for you. And also for those that are interested, you want to have a look at this whole wealth creation system. This isn't rocket science what I'm teaching here, folks. It's just stuff that doesn't get taught in schools. It doesn't get taught by banks. It doesn't get taught by super funds. But it's basic wealth principles that rich people have used for years that you can just implement the same simple measures. So if you want some help, you want to get on board and have a look at what we do, and if we can come forward and help you out, by all means, please touch base with us. Enjoy life, have fun, and above all, keep smiling.